Ladies and gentlemen, this is a world premiere. Welcome everybody to another SMAB CLIP, your #1 platform for the latest and most interesting research in the field of sport management. Today's video deals with the following question. Do club managers know enough about their spectators? Well, if they really did, I wouldn't ask, right? Maybe you have already heard or read about fan protests against increasing ticket prices in European sports. An example for this ongoing disconnect between fans and clubs was a protest against rising ticket prices at a German basketball club. Local fans have protested against high prices during the playoffs, while opposing fans have protested against ticket prices for derbies through a boycott. This example and numerous others in European sport leagues show that pricing is a paramount topic for sport ticket demand. This is why the researchers Mario Kaiser from University of Bayreuth, Tim Ströbel from University of Bern, Herbert Woratschek and Christian Durchholz, both also from University of Bayreuth, examined sport event spectators' preferences for tickets and their willingness to pay. There is a special feature to be emphasized at this point. Sport spectators are heterogeneous. In sport management, spectator and fan segmentation deal with heterogeneity as a specific kind of customer segmentation. The literature you can find about spectator and fan segmentation mainly focuses on socio-demographic and psychographic variables, but not on different preferences and willingness to pay. Therefore, information on sport spectators' preferences and their willingness to pay is rather sparse. Although there is some research on spectator segmentation and ticket pricing, none of the studies focuses simultaneously on preferences, willingness to pay, sport spectator segmentation, and innovative ticket features. In the presented study, ticket features like seat categories and willingness to pay reflect preferences and serve as segmentation criteria. Furthermore, it is important to consider innovative ticket features like new teams in a league as a special case in the European Sport League system. The purpose of this research is to examine sport event spectators' preferences through benefit segmentation, considering price as well as innovative and other ticket features. Hold your horses, young man, you might say. What the heck is benefit segmentation? Well, benefit segmentation is a specific kind of segmentation in marketing. The idea of segmenting markets is indispensable in marketing. Market segmentation means dividing a heterogeneous market into homogeneous submarkets for more tailor-made products and services. There are different opportunities to subdivide markets in sport management. The point is that research in sport management mostly uses demographic and psychographic variables to profile segments. If you do so, there's a lack of information about economic aspects, for example, the willingness to pay based on preferences. These segmentation methods cannot account for different seat preferences and surcharges for derbies or top rival opponents, or for a new team in a league. This is why benefit segmentation was chosen in this study. It is appropriate to divide customers into heterogeneous groups based on preferences and willingness to pay, and that's what we need right here. This study, which you can find in the internationally renowned journal European Sport Management Quarterly, is the first in sport management literature to apply choice-based conjoint analysis in combination with latent classes as a research method. The researchers conducted online surveys of 2 German basketball clubs and collected data on more than 750 spectators. By the way, this research is also a valuable contribution to dynamic ticket pricing strategies, as it is providing more precise willingness to pay information of heterogeneous spectators. Back to business. In sport management, the willingness to pay for tickets is an important research area. There are different and pretty controversial approaches that can serve to estimate willingness to pay. But these approaches are not really suitable for estimating spectators' willingness to pay, plus these methods often neglect the spectators' heterogeneity. There's a way better approach for determining willingness to pay for tickets, but it hasn't been used so far in sport management research. It is a so-called decompositional approach, a quantitative method. The choice-based conjoint analysis. It is a suitable method as it has a higher validity than other methods in this context. Now check out the results. In a pre-study, a total of 3 attributes were identified that are most relevant for preference creation and spectators' willingness to pay. The first attribute is opposing team, referring to the attractiveness of opponents in the preferences of spectators. The second attribute is defined as seat category, meaning that spectators find seat quality of varying relevance when purchasing a ticket. The third attribute is price, referring to the domination by price in a ticket purchase. Based on the different preferences regarding the attributes, 4 different segments could be identified. Figure 1 shows the 4 different segments, which are price-sensitive spectators, price performance-oriented spectators, seat quality-oriented spectators, and top game-oriented spectators. This means fans can be segmented into heterogeneous groups according to their preferences. This is confirmed by the studies which identified these diverse clusters with strongly different preference structures. Regarding the attribute price, the results show that only a small portion of the available seats can be offered at a high price. Only a small number of respondents, approximately 10% of the spectators, do not care about the ticket price. This spectator segment should be offered a particularly exclusive and special seating arrangement with high prices. As long as they have a high seating quality, they are happy to pay. Approximately 60% of the spectators are not willing to pay much for better seats. The segments have different perceptions of a good seat. This again confirms the heterogeneity of spectators, making an investigation of this attribute in more detail even more important. This means that most of the spectators, even the highly identified ones, are pretty chintzy when it comes to paying for a ticket. No wonder there are protests when prices are raised for this type of spectators. Price is the most important feature for a ticket purchase, and moreover, the willingness to pay between spectator segments is different. Okay, now imagine you are a sport manager responsible for determining the ticket prices in your arena. What do these results tell you? Well, now that you better understand consumer responses to ticket pricing, you can develop pricing strategies more accurately. 1/3 of the spectators are extremely price sensitive. This means you should always provide enough affordable tickets for these spectators. Consequently, 1/3 of the seating opportunities should be in cheap seat categories or standing areas. With the help of our approach, you can optimize the seating categories in the arena. Finally, the attractiveness of the opponent plays an important role in the preferences of approximately 30% of the spectators. For managerial purposes, it would seem reasonable to charge different prices for different opposing teams. As we know that top seat-oriented spectators are less price-sensitive, they are willing to pay more than price-sensitive spectators. It makes sense to determine a percentage surcharge that is less than or equal to the willingness to pay for all segments. In our specific case, that was 20%. Alright, thanks to SMAB clips, you know your spectators pretty well now, don't you? Thanks for your attention, give us a like, share this video, and don't forget to follow Professor Woratschek on ResearchGate for more research updates and interesting sport management related publications. Bye bye, see you soon.